Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know that this item existed. Definitely was not the plan to review this today, but here we is. But we'll get into that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Boom! The Mendenhall Experiment shirt. I love the design, sort of kind of dark matrixy style. But what the fuck is the Mendenhall Experiment? Mendenhall Experiment is a band that I believe is out of California. Started up by a dude named Brandon. Different Brandon, but, you know, share a vibe there. Who, extremely cool and inspiring individual. He was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, but he, you know, wanted to play guitar, he wanted to be a musician. Obviously, with that type of condition, that was going to be extremely difficult. But he basically, you know, defied, like, all expectations and forced himself, you know, forced his body to be able to do this thing that it shouldn't have been able to do. I ran into these guys. They were at a show that I was at a couple weeks ago. I'd never heard of them before, honestly, but they performed. They were super fucking awesome. Like, the whole just group was really, really cool. The vocalist was just belting it out. It was really awesome. And so, you know, after everything was said and done, I picked up some merch, talked with the band a little bit, very nice people. And on top of that, I went over there, I took some videos of their performance. Those videos are on this channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. And if nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction when it comes to their music. I think they're very cool. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why is it a thing that I didn't know existed? Well, it's because it's Boom! It's from Circle K. It is their roast beef cheddar melt. And if you don't know, Circle K, they're a line of basically like gas stations, convenient marts type things. And I've reviewed a few things from them. Typically their food is, you know, not too bad. So yeah, I saw this, like, because I had to pop into one earlier today to grab some stuff. And I saw it and was like, alright, fuck it. They'd already tried at one point in time. I forget what it was, but they came out with an item that was very similar to, I believe, like a McDonald's item. And now apparently they're trying to go over there and edge in on Arby's. So let's see how this goes. Oh man, I'm all gunked up, unfortunately. Let's open you up. Okay, I mean, it's ooey and gooey. That's a good thing. Ooh, it's very ooey and gooey. Oh, it's got like an onion bun. Ugh, I don't fucking like onion buns. My dad used to get them all the time. I mean, okay, it's a gas station thing. It's not exactly impressive, but it looks like... I don't know if there's any good way to make this look sexy, but... It looks like that. Why an onion bun? Why do onion buns exist? Why do we decide that that was a thing that needed to exist? Bleh. Alright, let's give it a go. Yeah. It's not bad, I guess. I've honestly had, like, worse roast beef and cheddars from, like, gas station type establishments. I mean, it is what it is. It's a fairly simple thing. You got gooey cheese, you got some roast beef, and you got a bun. In this case, you got an onion bun. The onion bun, I'm kind of willing to go with to an extent. I would have preferred it without. But I'll kind of go with it. It definitely, the onions themselves, because they're still pretty warm and everything, they have like sort of this sauteed onion taste. So it's not as intrusive. And I think it helps that it's a warm sandwich. You know, like I said, when I was a kid, my dad used to get them. And, you know, we just make cold sandwiches. And it was just like, ugh. It was bad times just thinking about it. But, I mean, it's fairly flavorful for what it is. You know, the melted cheese, it's melted cheese, probably like just an American or maybe even like some sort of just derivative. It's nothing particularly sexy, but it's melted. It's on a beef. I like American cheese melted on a beef, so I can get down with that. The beef itself, I mean, you don't exactly get a lot of it. Definitely going to get a better outing from Arby's. But it's tender enough. It actually has okay flavor. Not great or anything, but it's there, it's present. I can kind of get down with this a little bit. And I'll even I'm warm into the onions a little bit. Because they're not like, it's not like a super heavy onion flavor, it's more of an accent. And when that's the case, I'm more okay with onions. Like, I just don't want them to, like, overpower everything. So, I mean, yeah, I can kind of give it to it. It's okay. I wasn't expecting anything phenomenal, obviously. It's a fucking gas station sandwich. But, you know, like I said, I've had some food from Circle K that was actually surprisingly good. And I would say that while this doesn't exactly rank as being like the best things I've had from Circle K, it does what it says it needs to do. It's a beef and cheddar. Or, well, is it a beef and cheddar or is it... No, yeah, it's beef and cheddar, so I take back what I said about the American cheese, obviously. You know, it's a gas station sandwich. It's doing its job. I don't have anything that I really hate about it, you know? Like, if as long as I'm going into it understanding what I'm getting, which clearly I do, I can go with it. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe on occasion and sort of. Like, I'm not going to give it a huge ringing endorsement. It's all going to be very situational specific. Because for myself, like, again, you know, the biggest worry I had was the onion bun, and I'll actually kind of give it to it. I actually think that worked out a lot better than I thought it would, and kind of give it a little extra personality, so good on them in that regard. Obviously, if I want, like, a beef and cheddar, I'm just going to go to Arby's, you know, like, I don't really have a lot of reason to seek this out, but if I happen to be at Circle K, and, you know, maybe I just want to grab something quick, I'm getting gas or whatever, this isn't a bad food option, you know. I'll say this, I would take this over one of their burgers. I have reviewed one of their burgers in the past, and yeah, it just wasn't awful, but it wasn't great. This, at least, is a little bit closer, you know, to the experience it's trying to emulate. So, again, nothing I would go out of my way for, but if I just needed something to eat at a Circle K, I could kind of give it to it. And if I'm going over there and I'm recommending it, it's kind of the same logic. Like, don't go out of your way for it. Dear God, don't do that. Don't watch this video and think, well, now I have to go to Circle K and get myself a beef and cheddar from there. No, don't do that. Love yourself more than that. Instead, use it as a situational thing. If you go over there and you see, hey, you know what? I'm at a Circle K. There's that beef and cheddar the fat guy with the Mendenhall experiment shirt was talking about. Maybe let's give it a go. I think it'll do a job of being food and being fairly tasty for what it is. And again, it does, kind of taste like a beef and cheddar. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there and have yourselves a truly proper beef and cheddar-tastic rest of your life. Because, man, proper beef and cheddar, oh, that's a thing of beauty. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there and maybe you're going to do unlike me, and you're going to do a really good job taking care of your teeth so that you don't end up with goofy fucking stuff like this. Because I got a crown here, and literally just yesterday I was over there, I was eating something, I decided to go over there and become a little bit unhinged. So I had to go over there and get some fucking crown cement shit and fucking put it in there until I can see my dentist again. Yeah. One of those things, man. I've never been the best at taking care of myself. I kind of just ride shit until it starts to break down, and then I deal with it. Not a good plan. But hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and do better for yourself. Hopefully I can learn from my own mistakes and do better for myself. But take care of yourself. You know, if you enjoy watching my stuff or whatever, please don't try to emulate it. You know, don't just be like, I'm going to blitz all the stuff that he ate. Please don't do that. That would be an awful plan. But, you know, just take care of yourself, and, you know, it's important. You're important. Bye.